students, now we will see what is lac operon. In our previous class we had seen what is operon. Now what is lac operon? I told you it is an example of negative regulation. So Francis Jacob and Jacques Monod, they were the two scientists, those who worked on this lac operon. So the work was done on E. coli. The first this discovery of operon was done when lac operon of E. coli was first discovered. So it is named lac operon means lactose operon. That LAC is for lactose. Regulation of gene which codes for three enzymes involved in lactose fermentation. So we will see the three enzymes. First we see what are the type parts of lac operon. So as we have seen in operon, it consists of regulatory gene. It consists of structural gene, this part, the promoter and operator. These are the parts of lac operon. Now here there is a sentence, the regulation of gene which codes for three enzymes. So this structural gene, it is coding for three enzymes. So that three enzymes are being regulated, whether they have to be expressed or they have to be not. That is going to be done in this lac operon. So here again, as I told you, it is a polycistronic structural gene regulated by common promoter and regulatory genes. This is very common in bacteria and is referred to as operon. Example, lac operon, tryptophan operon, his operon, val operon, etc. So here regulatory gene, that is the I gene inhibitor, and it codes for repressor. So regulatory gene, here we are not talking, I told you regulatory gene is of two type, activator and repressor. So here regulatory gene, it is coding for repressor. So that is why it is an example of negative regulation. Structural gene consists of three structural genes, LAC-Z, LAC-Y and LAC-A. They are going to code for particular enzymes. We will see that. So this is actually what happens. Now there is the bacteria called E. coli which is there in your stomach. So what happens, this E. coli takes the glucose, whatever you are taking, that is taken by the bacteria. So you are taking glucose. Now you know glucose is the simplest form that can be taken by the cell. So this E. coli will also take the glucose directly. No problem for E. coli to take the glucose. Now suppose glucose is not there in your body and lactose is there. More of lactose is there. From where you get lactose? From milk or from curd you get lactose. So suppose more of lactose is there in your body, glucose is not there. So what this E. coli will do? It has to adjust with the lactose. So lactose has to be broken down into glucose and galactose. Okay, lactose is a disaccharide. It is broken down into glucose and galactose. So this breaking down has to be done by some enzymes. So those enzymes are needed when lactose is present. So these are the enzymes that are involved in breaking down the lactose. So only when lactose is present, these enzymes are needed. When lactose is not present, when glucose is the main thing that E. coli is managing with, that time lactose is not needed. So in that case, these enzymes are not needed. So you understood, when we have to see that these enzymes are needed and when these enzymes are not needed, at that time this has to be switched off. We say this regulation of gene expression has to be, this gene expression has to be stopped when lactose is not present, when glucose is there. When lactose is present, this has to continue, this gene expression has to be there. So that is what happens here. So what happens here, I'll just explain you first what happens here. Before that, LAC-Z, LAC-Y and LAC-A, these are the three structural genes that are present. LAC-Z forms mRNA which code for beta galactosidase, and this beta galactosidase is the one which breaks down lactose into glucose and galactose. Okay, LAC-Y is the one which code for permease, and what does it do? Permease enzyme, it will increase the permeability of the cell. So E. coli can the cells of E. coli would be permeable and it would allow the entry of lactose into the cell. So that is the function of LAC-Y. And LAC-A, it is coding for enzyme beta galactosidase transacetylase, and its function is not as such ascertained till now. So all these three, they are required for the metabolism of lactose. So These genes are required when lactose is present. Now see here what happens here. Look at this diagram. Now this is the first case when now we are lactose is told as inducer. Lactose is inducer. So you see here, this is regulatory gene. It is producing a repressor mRNA. Repressor protein is formed here. You can see here, this is the repressor protein. Now in normal situation, when glucose is not there, when glucose is there and lactose is not there, in that case the repressor will go and bind here. Here lactose is not needed, so we don't need these enzymes because lactose is not there. We don't need to break down lactose if these enzymes are not needed. So in that case what happens, repressor will go and bind to operator. This function will not take place. These enzymes will not be coded. So in this stage, when lactose is absent, genes are off. We can say the genes are off. So genes are off, nothing is happening here when lactose is absent. Now see the second case when lactose is present. So when lactose is present, we need these enzymes to be formed. So in that case, the work has to go on. So this repressor should not bind here. So what happens? This repressor, this inducer is the lactose. The lactose inducer is binding with the repressor. So as a result, this repressor will come out. When inducer is binding to repressor, this repressor will come out. So this would be free. That means the genes would be on. So this operator would be free and RNA polymerase will be able to perform its function. So there will be formation of beta galactosidase enzyme, permease enzyme and transacetylase enzyme. So this is in the case where lactose is present, that is presence of inducer. So when lactose is absent, that is inducer is absent, repressor will bind with operator, genes will be off. When lactose is present, inducer is present, inducer will bind with repressor and repressor will not bind with the operator, and the procedure of the coding of this gene expression would take place. Okay, so that is how lac operon works.